Okay, this is a warning because this one might upset you a little bit more than normal. Really upset me, so you may not want to watch it. So this child went missing. She was 2 years old. It was 1999, and she was in Tacoma, Washington. She was about 3 foot tall, and she weighed about 35 pounds. They have a car here, but I don't know if it was red or blue. Because I've heard the description that it was blue. So, and I don't know if it was 2-door or 4-door. So, anyway, she was wearing a green Tweety Bird sweatshirt or t-shirt with white sweatpants and black and white Air Jordan sneakers, hair pulled into ponytails, carrying a clear purse with fish design containing Starburst candies. She's asthmatic and requires medical supervision as well as the usage of an inhaler or ventilator. She received medical care prior to her 1999 disappearance. So, and this says maroon with dark tinted windows and a large spoiler. But, okay, so here we have it. Teekah and nearly a dozen of her family spent the evening, January 23, 1999, at New Frontier Lanes Bowling Alley on Center Street in Tacoma, Washington. She was last seen playing a race car video game in the arcade section of the alley between 10 and 10:15. She was a few feet away from her family members and approximately 6 feet from the building's exit. Teekah's mother, Teresa English, said that she turned away for a moment and the child vanished. She's never been seen again. An extensive search of the area produced no clues as to her whereabouts. A witness at the bowling alley told authorities that an unidentified Maroon Pontiac Grand Am sped out of the parking lot during the night Teekah disappeared. The vehicle may have had 4 doors and was possibly a late 1980s or 1990s model with dark tinted windows and a large spoiler. Photographs of a similar car are posted with a case summary. Another witness stated that an unidentified Caucasian male may have followed a child to one of the alley's exits during the night. The individual is described as being in his 30s, with shoulder-length brown hair, facial pockmarks, a mustache, and a large nose. Investigators do not know if the vehicle or the unidentified man are connected to Teekah's case. In November 1998, 2 months before she disappeared, 2 months, a 4-year-old boy was sexually molested in the bathroom at Frontier Lanes. Is that the same bowling alley? Yes. New Frontier Lanes, so I'm guessing it is. Yeah, so the suspect had brown curly hair and a beard. And 2 security guards believed they'd seen him at the bowling alley before but didn't know his name. A few weeks after that, a Caucasian man with brown hair tried to lure a 6-year-old boy from the same bowling alley, claiming he was the child's father. Earlier on the day Teekah went missing, a man with curly brown hair attempted to take 2 children from a park less than a mile from the bowling alley. The children's father chased him away, and he fled in a blue 1995 Pontiac Grand Am. So you see here it says blue, and up there they thought it was a maroon one. So maybe you knew somebody in 1999 that lived in that area that had a blue or maroon Pontiac Grand Am. The children's father didn't report the incident to the police until 3 days later, after he found out about Teekah's disappearance on the news. No arrests were made. And that's why, I wish those are the things they should put on the news right away. Anyway, no arrests were made in any of these cases, and it's unclear whether they're related to Teekah's apparent kidnapping. Her biological father was imprisoned at the time of her disappearance and has been ruled out as a suspect in her case. She has described as having a quiet, shy personality. She enjoys eating candy, her favorite brand being Starburst. So yeah, that's a bummer. And I went through the Doe Network and I didn't see any unidentified females that fit her description in the area or another area. So I don't know. Maybe you know what happened to her. Maybe somebody told you something. Maybe you heard something and you're not sure if it's relevant. Maybe you know somebody that lived in the area that owned a vehicle like that was a creeper and that had brown curly hair, or maybe you witnessed somebody, or maybe you live next door to somebody like that. Maybe you trick-or-treated at their house. Maybe you know who it is. Maybe they got caught doing something else to somebody, and maybe you know who did it. Maybe you have some sort of information that you can report to the authorities. And here's their phone numbers for the FBI and for the Tacoma Police Department. You know, sometimes people drink and they tell stories, and maybe somebody told you something, and maybe you think it's hearsay and you don't want to tell the authorities, but it's not going to court. It's just giving them, you're giving them information. You're not going to court to testify, so it's not hearsay if you're telling them what, just if you think that you might know something that might help them solve the case, but you're not sure if it's important or not, call them, give them the information. Let them decide if the information is important or not. Because that is so sad, and that's been 23 years ago. That's so sad. Anyway, it breaks my heart. So don't forget to stop and pray for the families and their loved ones and everybody that's been affected by this, because that's just, like I said, it's heartbreaking. And thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.